Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, it seems like those sanctions against Russia actually helped Russia somehow because it helped them diversify their options, which is go towards other markets. Left the European market, which they had to in some respect, and the Europeans, at the orders of Al Capone, left the Russian market. The problem is the Europeans, the Westerns, unfortunately, think that they are the center of the universe. Unfortunately, they fucked themselves so bad that someone else is becoming, and it's not going to be Europe. Neither United States of America. United States of America is going down, and Europe is already done. Why? Look at the Asian countries, for instance. They're going to overtake the Europeans. What do you think the Asian countries will do to Europe? Remember, when a victim gets to have the power over the abuser, what do you think they will do? Would be nice? I don't think so. So yeah, it's okay. Get ready to immigrate somewhere, I don't know, on the moon or something. Because when those guys and others, that a few countries in Europe fucked up, then you're going to be sure that retribution will come. Do you think not? I won't be around by then because that's going to happen about 40, 50 years, and I don't plan on leaving that much in this garbage anyway. So let me show you how Russia is now Europe's largest economy, presidential aid claims. This comes obviously from Sputnik. They will not tell you in the Western media as well. Russia now, Europe's largest economy, presidential aid said. Could it be? Moscow's Federal State Statistics Service, Rosstat, confirmed a robust 5.5% GDP growth for the third quarter in December and upgraded its annual GDP growth estimated for January-September to 3%, up from the previous 2.9%. Where is Great Britain's? I think they are in a little depression pretty soon. Russia has become the largest economy in Europe. The same thing with Germans, the French, they are just going down. Why? Al Capone told them so, in the name of morality. So it's become the largest economy in Europe, revealed Russian presidential aide Maxim Oreshkin in an interview with Expert magazine. Globally, he also stated that the Russian economy sits just behind Japan in the race for the fourth largest economy. According to Oreshkin, and I'm quoting, the so-called economies of the global north, the United States, Japan, and the European Union, are gradually losing their role and importance. According to these guys, correct. And I'm quoting, China has become the leading economy. Russia is now the largest economy in Europe and is closing in on Japan in the race for fourth rank. Asian economies have moved up significantly in the rankings, with India taking third place, Indonesia moving up to seventh place, and poised to challenge Germany's sixth place in the near future, Oreshkin said. Good job, my friends. According to the World Bank, China emerged as the world's largest economy in purchasing power parity terms in 2022. The United States secured second place, followed by India in third and Japan in fourth. Russia secured fifth place, while Germany remained in the sixth. Back in October, the International Monetary Fund, IMF, revised its 2023 GDP growth forecast for Russia to 2.2%. So this is not a Russian media outlet saying that. Is it the International Monetary Fund? Is it the bank, World Bank, right? Right. It says here, revised it from 2.2 growth compared to the earlier prediction of 1.5% in July. However, the outlook for the 2024 has been adjusted downward to 1.1 from 1.3%. The IMF noted mixed effects of Western sanctions on Russian crude oil exports in its latest World Economic Outlook. Despite sanctions, Russian export flows remain stable, and crude oil continues trading above the $60 price cap imposed by communist G7 countries. I'm allowed myself to introduce a term that would definitely match the behavior of the G7 countries. Earlier, Russian Minister of Economic Development Maxim Rashnyakov, is two Maxims. I know Maxims are some kind of people with this name, but hinted at 3.5% GDP growth in 2023, but the formal forecast of 2.9% remained unchanged. However, Russian President Putin was more optimistic and asserted a minimum 3.5% growth by the year's end and surpassing the ministry's official 2.8% forecast for 2023. All right, my friends, what do you think? What do you think? The sanctions worked great. Now, for the population, the population from Europe and North America, Canada, United States, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, let me tell you, breaking the news, you are going to be fucked up by your own guys through your democratic stupid system. Why is it stupid? Because you have mass democracy. And the way we have it here right now is like this. Interests have the money, they have the media, they donate campaign donations to the politicians. The politicians provide us the leaders that we're going to vote for, and they're going to be voted by the propaganda made by the media being controlled by the same guys. Okay, but we vote. That's the way it works. So what we do, capital migrated because it was allowed to migrate it in a certain way, liberal migration. You shouldn't have done this, but you did. Why? Because those guys control who makes the law, the lawmakers. What are you talking about? Like, I think it was in 1970s, it's so-called South Korean miracle, like it used to be a Japanese miracle in the 60s or something, 60s, 70s. It was the South Korean miracle. What was it? They made, I think, investments outside of, so a company who got its profits and it got its money in Korea, I think it was punishable by death, if I remember correctly, if they would take the money and invest somewhere else. That is, let's say, Ford, no, I like Ford, but they're becoming idiots. We got, let's say, GM will take the jobs, the money that created by the American people and invest it in Mexico, in Malaysia, wherever, outside, and these guys remain without a job. That would have been criminal. But these guys didn't do it like that. They did it differently. Therefore, the investments outside created something else over there, and here what? What jobs were created here? Massage? This kind of rubbing one? Is that what it was? So yeah, what do you think? Let's say I'm going to give you China as an example. And I know I'm going to have a lot of Chinese saying, that's not true. Really. Look at China 1980. 1982. Look at China's economy. Look at its societies. Okay? Society. Look at its development. And you're going to find out China was pretty fucking bad. What caused the China becoming the biggest one? Investments from where? So the West was like this here, economically. China was here. How come these guys caught up with this one and they didn't move this way? Because these guys fucked themselves, so they slowed their growth and invested in this guy, and these guys jumped. Good for them, right? No, because right now they're like this. So what are they going to do economically? They're going to go up. But they're going to reach a point where they're going to be the ones doing the same thing to others if they're dumb. But the Chinese are not dumb. These guys were. Why? Because you got some, I would say them traitors doing that. They should not have been allowed. Yeah, you want to invest? You invest. But there's certain things you don't give up. Look, for instance, at Dubai. Look at Saudi Arabia. Look over there. Look at Riyadh. Look at some pictures from, as I said, Dubai or wherever you want to go. Abu Dhabi and Trabala. How do you think those guys got to that point? They were allowed to get the money. Maybe those guys that, how do you call them? Colonizers. Should just take the oil out and you don't get anything. How can you do? You're going to still be around somewhere. But no, they said, what we're going to do? Because the colonizers were bad, right? Somehow these guys in Dubai got it. If they got whatever they wanted. If they wanted the money. If the colonizing powers would have wanted Dubai, the Saudi Arabia, to be at the same level today, they were probably, I don't know, 40 years ago, they would have kept it that way. Militarily, these guys would have never challenged the European, some European countries that were colonizers. But hey, what do you want? You gave it, now they own you. How come? Who allowed that? If we look back in history, we can find the names. We can find the names, but they're dead. Some of them, Bill Clinton is still alive, and not only. So let's go back to this one. Now, Russia, as I said, yeah, these guys here are so arrogant. They don't understand that they're like as I say, a 68-year former world champ, boxing world champ, who still thinks he's got it. You don't have it anymore. You don't have it. They think we're still in their primes. You're 68, you're out of shape, you're old. But we're still good. That's why when these idiots impose sanctions on Russia, they thought they are like in their prime. Instead, they're they're dying. That's why Russia went up, and these guys are going to declare bankruptcy in Germany, in France, in in Great Britain, bad shape, and Russia doing better. How come? The imposing countries, the countries that impose sanctions on Russia, are more affected than the victim. What does that tell you? Didn't they think that with the first sanctions that they put, after February 24th, 2022, after they said, oh, we're going to impose the first one, we're going to destroy them, nothing happened. And we're like, cuckoo, wow, nothing. Then, the second one is going to destroy the ruble. We're going to get them out of SWIFT, the messaging messaging system, a banking messaging system. Yeah, nothing happened. Cuckoo, bow. Third one, fourth one, fifth one, sixth one, 12th one. Nothing. You're going down, those guys are going up. What do? Continuing doing the same shit. Isn't that the definition, one of them, of insanity? Applying the same rules, doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different outcome? Here you have them. This is calculated. This is not a mistake. This is calculated. Why? Because those guys over there, they don't care if Malaysia tomorrow will have the biggest economy in the world, or it's going to be Germany or France. They don't care. Because that's their money. Their money is now international. They talk about the globe. They don't talk about Germany now, or they don't care. But you care. You care, your family, you care about your family, your children. And it's not fair. Look at your parents. They built this. And all that goes to, let's say China. Are you okay with that? I'm not. I'm pretty sure the Chinese, if they would be in the same situation, would say, why, are you crazy? I don't want that. Why would I want that? This is called globalization. They control everything as one country, right? With better spots here and, equalizer. And then once they control all of this, they have the monopoly. What will they do? What they do best. Suck us dry of whatever energy we have, and they live their lives. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.